I'm going to call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. If you will look, item 2, we have approval of the minutes. You have the minutes in front of you.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposition? Minutes are approved. We'll move on to item number 3, public comments. Is there anyone who has any comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4, 4A, Will Moorhead revised plat.
Stacy C.,
Yes.
if you cover this, is all this in order?
The only concern I had is there's a line that says proposed sewer easement south of the property, and I wasn't sure, is that in place or is that something that's already been worked out with those homeowners? Because that's on private property, and if that's a new line going in, is the city looked at that, and is that something that's already in the works, or is that just an assumption, that they will be able to obtain those easements?
It is something that I understand that they will be able to attain those easements, and they'll be responsible for getting those, and I don't think that that's going to be any issue.
Okay, that was the only concern I had. Obviously, I had the one about the building, but Mark, you sent that revised plat out, so that took care of that other concern.
Would it be okay to make our approval conditioned on finalizing those easements? Say either simultaneously with or ahead of the plat being recorded. Would that be okay with y'all?
I think it needs to be, Isaac. That's what's required everywhere else.
Okay. But there was nothing else, Mrs. Cox?
No, nothing else that I can see that's missing now.
So is that a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve this final plat, subject to finalizing the private sewer service easement. Would that be proper, Mark? The private sewer service easement to obtain access to the sewer line on the adjacent property across the road prior to recording the plat.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Motion carries. Okay, we'll move on to 4B, sub-reg amendment as built drawings.
You had emailed that to us, right, Mark?
Yes, sir.
I guess it's right here.
This is just what we had talked about a couple of months ago, requiring as-builts of any new development.
Okay. And Todd, I assume all this looks good to you?
Yeah, I prepared this. It's in the segment of the subregs regarding what's required for plat approvals, and this just adds another subsection to require the as-built to that section.
Okay. And would this go into effect as soon as we approve it, I guess?
Yes.
For anything that's not already approved on a final plat, would that be accurate? So if somebody has a site plan or a preliminary approval, they would still be subject to this on their final plat approval?
Yeah, well, actually, if they've already got any sort of preliminary approval, they're vested with those regulations. It would just be anything new coming forward.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I make a motion we adopt this amendment to the subregs.
I have a motion to adopt. Do I have a second?
I second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none. Carries. Move on to other business.
Todd, this would be a question for you. Do we need to make a formal motion and approval to accept the video things for our continuing education in lieu of doing, do we need to make a motion so that's a record or no?
And I apologize, I don't know the answer off the top of my head. It's my understanding, though, that the video is allowed for those trainings without any further action, as long as they are, certified by the commission, and we have taken them and turned those in. I don't think there's any other action required that be done.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, those videos were good for CPEs for certified planners, which I think would also, suffice as training for us.
Excellent.
Any other business? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank y'all.
Thank you all.
Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas.